What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel and to more Lightsaber Duels in Battlefront 2. As the title suggests, we will be seeing what we don't normally see on the channel, and that's some duels using Darth Vader. In my opinion, Darth Vader is cheating in a 1 versus 1 environment. He's just way too good of a hero, and in a competitive sense, he should not be allowed. Before we get to the Darth Vader duels, though, we have a pair of really good back and forths. This first one against Darth Maul versus my Anakin. These were kind of lengthy duels because we were just really taking our time with it. We didn't want to make the first move and leave ourselves open to attack, so you'll see this Darth Maul really maintain his distance, which was probably the ideal distance for Maul. Because with Anakin, I could always try to pull him, but he was really good at blocking the Force abilities and waiting for me to use them up first. And when I use up the abilities, that's when he has the option to use his. But now I got my pull back, and I can't just use it. I have to wait for him to leave himself open, either doing a spin attack or his saber throw or something. And there he tried a spin attack, so I tried the pull, but he was just out of the radius, so I couldn't get him in it. I was wide open in that jump, so he hits me with a choke. But the skill gap is slowly closing in this game, man. People are catching on to how it works. There are a lot of block spammers, a lot of parry spammers. I've been on a bit of a losing streak since the videos featuring Napalmed YT. I don't know what it is. I feel like people are figuring out how this whole dueling thing works. Before, it was a lot easier when people just came at you with their attacks, but now you actually have to be more predictive. I missed a very easy follow-up on that heroic might, as he chokes me right before I try a block. But see, he's just maintaining his distance, and that's because he can close it a lot faster than I can, and he can even damage me from there with his saber throw. It's easier to land the saber throw than it is to land the pull, so I'm playing this a little bit more cautiously than I normally would have. And here he's got some damage into me, so he's going pretty aggressive, and you'll see he gets me pretty low. I think I'm gonna hover around 14 health, maybe? 34, that's what it was. I knew there was a 4 in there somewhere. Like, this guy knew what he was doing, and he was predictive himself. If I were a better player, I would have hit him with my lightsaber there instead of a heroic might. But there I parry the spin attack with a follow-up, and then I get a passionate strike hit in. He's trying that saber throw, but I'm doing my best to stay off the center line. I'm anchored with heroic might, so the throw doesn't work. It's kind of slow-paced, but, you know, that's just because we both don't want to make a mistake. He leaves himself open every time he does a spin attack or a saber throw, which allows me to pull him. He's anchored when he's doing the chokehold, so I wouldn't be able to pull him there. But I can't hit him with the lightsaber. See, I just wasted both my abilities. He blocked them both. Now I don't have them until I get them back, so I have to resort to saber attacks. I get Retribution, but as I explained in a previous video, I don't like using Retribution in 1 versus 1s, so I'm just going to hold on to it. Try the pull, but he blocks it. And the whole point of me trying those Force abilities... Oh, there's the 14 health, got it. I knew I dropped down to 14 at some point. But the point of me using those Force abilities like that, even though he's blocking, is I'm trying to guess when he's going to make a move. I'm trying to anticipate him doing either a spin or a saber throw, and I'm hoping to catch him in the Force ability when he does that, but he's just really good at staying patient. And I was lucky enough to knock him down, and I got kind of a cheeky win with that passionate strike. He was right on the edge of the attack radius. Part of me really doesn't think that it should have connected, but that's Battlefront 2 for you. This was an interesting matchup. If you notice, the first thing that guy tried to do was maneuver around me to push me into the pit, so right away I know what kind of player I'm dealing with. I don't trust anything this guy does. Second thing I noticed was when I tried to dodge behind him to hit him in his back, he would quickly turn and try to parry. So you'll see me hold off on my attack that time. Here, when I try it again, I hold off and parry him back, right there. I've really been working on my parry timing. You guys in the comments tell me that I need to work on it. I promise you, every time you see the saber make contact with my block, I'm trying to parry, and you'll see this in action in the last duel in this video, where I'm trying to parry shots, but it just does not go through on the first attack usually. Which is why it's easier to parry somebody who's spamming on you, because the first attack, it usually doesn't work, and then the second attack is usually when it kicks in. So when the opponent only takes it one attack at a time, you can understand how it gets difficult to parry those individual attacks. But I'm finding my timing on this guy. He's blocking a lot. See what I mean though? These players are really catching on, and they're blocking very effectively, they're parrying well. I should not have tried that second attack. I should have done just one attack and then went back to the block, because he was able to get me with that push and then cause a lot of damage. So now I'm just blocking, getting my health back. He tried that parry, but because we're on a awkward level, it didn't connect, and my attack was able to hit him. I knew he was going to try to repulse when I frenzied, so I went straight to the block, then hit him with the freeze. Was able to get him pretty low there, but Luke Skywalker's health recovery is very quick. There's that 180 parry he's doing. I knew he was going to try it again, so I waited a split second to parry, and had that last frenzy attack followed him like it should have, I would have won the duel. But he's got me so low, and I'm in the... Hey, Ben Solo. I was in the middle of the epicenter radius, and he was able to finish me off with the star card, so that was a good play on his part. But right here, I know exactly what he's trying to do. He's putting the pit between us, so he'll try to pull me in when I drop my block. I fake an emote, and that's exactly what he tries to do. I'm shaking my head at him, because that's all you can do with these kinds of players. But here's the first Darth Vader clip, and Exhibit A of why Darth Vader is cheating in duels. Check out this smooth 180 through him, right into the choke. He did not see that coming. 4 hits later, I've got him down below half health, and I'm still basically at full. Darth Vader is too tanky and hits way too hard to be balanced in 1 versus 1s. That one ended so quickly. Here's Exhibit B of why Vader is broken. Both of these duels were against Anakin, and Anakin does not have the best stamina. But the 2 knockdowns, I'd say, balance that out for the most part, if you can manage them. But here, I'm just being a bully with Darth Vader. I'm just walking him down, especially with focused rage up, because I've got the stamina and the health. Here he has almost no stamina, so I'm chasing him, but he gets a pull on me. But he tries to attack, and I just attack right back, because I know I'm going to outlast it. I just have the health. And this is why I consider Vader cheating. He's just way too tanky. And I'm not going to knock anybody who plays Darth Vader. This isn't to say, don't play Darth Vader. I just mean in a competitive sense, using Darth Vader is kind of a dick move. But these are just random online duels, so I don't feel too bad about using Vader. But when it comes to these videos, I don't like using Vader. And this video is kind of an exception, just to prove the point. But here he is pretty much done. I was expecting him to try a parry, but he wasn't even going to risk it. I block the pull. I think he was trying to get me out of bounds. But here I'm able to parry an attack, get the choke off of it, and then finish him with a jump attack. Yeah, Vader is just way too good. And I never feel good about winning with Darth Vader. But for the last duel for today's video, it's going to be a pretty long one, actually. This is Kylo Ren versus Obi-Wan Kenobi. And it's another good example of these players who got really good at blocking and hiding behind the parry. This player actually had a lot of skill, and I'm thinking they were a Smurf account because their levels were way too low to be this good. They were lower levels than the rank reset that's happened in Battlefront 2 recently, so it wasn't a result of the glitch. But here I'm trying to time the parries. I got his timing down, but like I mentioned before, the first one usually doesn't go through. So it looked like I was just blocking there, but I promise I was hitting R2 trying to get the parry going, and the game just didn't want to do it for me. But here I've got some damage into him. He hits me with the mind trick, so I can't frenzy. That was a good play on his part, going for defensive rush, because I can't parry that. get one hit into his back, then a parry, and so I go for the frenzy to keep up the permanent damage. He uses that opportunity to knock me down, but I get one more shot into him. That was a good series of moves. I missed that freeze. That could have been the end if that landed. Trying to maneuver behind him. So he wasn't as much of a parry spammer as the other guy was. He's actually dodging very effectively. His timing was just really good. He's trying some hook swings. That was an interesting series of single hit exchanges there. I was very lucky to get that freeze, and if you saw that, that was 3 hits off of that hook swing. 1, 2 off the hook, and then 1 more when I landed. See, I'm trying to parry, but it's just not working for me. That last one may have been mistimed. This guy's blocking well, though. There's the frenzy, so he knows he can knock me down, but he couldn't get to me in time, so he backed off. Good use of mind trick and defensive rush. That got 2 hits into me. That caused a lot of damage. Those were 2 clean parries there, and then the block breaker got through, so he's got to be hanging on by like 5 health. I was a little early on that freeze. I could have won it if I held off just a split second sooner. The last hit gets through on frenzy. I tried to parry the push, but I missed. And here is when I started going a little too aggressive. Just went full dark side. He parries me. I've got enough stamina for 1 more block, which gets used up by that attack, and I have no stamina to block the push. And he's able to finish me off at the end. The lesson there was, be patient. Don't go dark side. But that's the video for today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Don't feel bad if you play Vader. As somebody who does 1 versus 1s a lot and fights Vaders a lot, it's tricky. He's just way too good. He's that hero that you pick when you're getting beat over and over and over again and you really need that win. Pick Darth Vader. You'll probably win. But that's all for today. Thank you all for watching today's video. Subscribe and get notified if you're new. Give the video a thumbs up if you liked it, thumbs down if you didn't, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace.